Welcome to Lessons in Life and Love with Riana Milne, where we show you how to have the positive mindset for success in all life areas. It's time to have the life you desire and the love you deserve.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lessons in Life and Love podcast. I'm your host and global life and love coach, Riana Milne. I'm all about helping you transform your life in all areas into one that you're passionate about, and to help you attract and have the love that you deserve. I'm on a mad mission to help change the way the world loves. So you'll learn how to attract emotionally healthy, evolved, and conscious love, and how to avoid toxic, painful relationships, which are just too prevalent today. If you need help at all during the week, reach out to me at my website, rianamilne.com. While you're there, enroll in a life and love transformation discovery session. We'll work to the root of the issues and concerns that you have today. Okay, let's dive in, love angels and transformers. Today, I have a very special guest. He enrolled as one of my eldest coaching clients and was with me for 6 months. He's an amazing man who is able to open up his heart and mind to me, learn the many skills of life and love transformation to go out and attract and sustain an incredible relationship with his beautiful lady, Gay. His name is Bob Falley, and he's here to prove that seniors are deserving of emotionally healthy love too. Welcome to the show, Bob. It's so good to see you again.
Well, thank you. It's good to be here.
I miss you.
Well, you saved me, so
Oh,
that's the main thing. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be who I am and where I am right now.
thank you so much. So let's give our listeners a little bit of history. Tell them how you came to know me and why did you decide to work with a life coach who specializes in healing past subconscious childhood and love trauma?
Well, I met you just over 7 years ago, probably 7 years and 3 months ago, when my wife decided that she wanted a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And here I am. We just moved down to Florida. For 4 years, we're down to Florida, and all of a sudden, you have to leave. And I was in such a depressed state. I'm 72 years of age. And I gave up my business to move down here with her. And after 4 years, for really no reason,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to divorce you. And the depression was unbelievable. The sadness,
Yeah.
being lost. I looked up life coaches. I looked up people who could help me. People could help me, who could talk to me, who I could say what's on my mind and say how hurt I was. And I love the name Riana.
Oh, is that why I was chosen?
Right. I love the name Riana. And you sounded hip. You sounded young compared to me. And I said, this woman is going to help me. And it was okay for me. I probably cried every single meeting. And I'm a big guy, and I don't have that macho BS and stuff like that. And I was crying. I was hurting because I've been hurt many times. This was not my first divorce. This was number 3. I'm not good at marriage. This is not good. I'm a great person, but I'm not good at marriage.
Well, that was your past.
Yes. And now I'm in a wonderful relationship now, which we'll go into later. And we're coming up on 7 years.
Yes, you are. I'm so proud of you.
And things are great. I remember the assignment you gave me because I was thinking I could do this. I could turn it around. I could change everything about me. Nothing about her. I could change everything about me and become the person that she wanted me to be. I remember you asked me to write a letter.
Yeah, that was called a therapeutic love letter.
And I wrote this 3-4-page letter. And you told me, put it all out there. Let's try and work it out. Let's at least say that we gave it the last shot.
Right.
We gave it that shot. Now we just, okay, we're getting divorced and that's it. And I promise you I'm going to change. And I poured my heart out in that letter. I really did.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And I gave it to her and it became, I'm done.
Yes.
I am done. Okay, I'm not, it's not going to happen. I remember I said, please go to see Riana. I begged her, please go to see Riana. She's a life coach. She is terrific. She could maybe put this together, put this broken marriage together. Now, she came to see you, and I remember you told me, and she cried, and I remember you told me she knows that she will be alone the rest of her life, and she is alone. And I remember coming back into a session, feeling so good, all filled, piss, vim, and vigor and stuff. Wow, Rihanna's going to work her magic, and I'm going to go back into the house, go back into the bedroom, go back into this marriage. And you said, Bob, it's over.
Time for you to move on, to find emotionally healthy love. She was a very angry person. I did not feel any kind of love from her end. I felt all sincerity for you to learn and do whatever it took, and I got nothing on that side. So I knew at that time that you deserved more, what we call emotionally healthy, evolved, and conscious love. And if I could teach you how to do that, you could attract a partner and go out with your new skills and have something that's better than any of that. Don't go back to the snake pit. Let's get you back out there and create this incredible relationship that you desire. You call the shots. You choose now, using these new empowered skills and different ways of communicating and having more empathy and conscious communication with a new partner. I think that was the day you stopped crying and said, I'm ready, let's go. Let's do this.
The green light was there. I said, I'm a good person. I am a good person. I do not want to be defined by another person.
Right.
I had to ask a question. Is this how I want to spend the rest of my life?
That's right.
And it wasn't. It wasn't. I knew I was a good person, and I was ready to move on. Once I was ready to move on, and the light was green, and it happened quickly. It happened, and I kept saying to my friends, I am going to land on my feet.
Yeah.
I deserve better.
Yeah. I remember the one day you were just crying. You said, I don't want to die alone. I said, Bob, you won't. You just need to learn these skills. Just open your heart and mind to learning these skills. Because you had come from an addiction model before. You've been in AA and GA, Gamblers Anonymous, Alcohol Anonymous, and you had the higher power. You knew how to stop your addictions many years ago. But what was remaining was a childhood trauma piece that was never healed, because those rooms don't really address that. Maybe nowadays they do, but it wasn't really talked about. And as I explained to my clients, even in my triple masters in psychology, they never mentioned childhood trauma. This was something that I discovered when I was going through relationship pain, and my research turned this up. And that's when I said, I got to take this to the world. So when you came into my office in Delray 7 years ago, I was in the process of writing notebooks to go global. So I'm like, this man needs coaching, not counseling. We don't need to process his feelings. We know he's upset, he's depressed, and he needs skills to change this life and go back out there and date with confidence and empowerment and know the do's and don'ts of dating successfully. That's when I started giving you a bunch of worksheets and coaching you from those sheets. You were a great student. You were really soaking it all up. Riana, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to do this. I'm not too old to get back out there. At 72, you weren't. And this is what I tell people in their 50s and 60s. They're like, am I too old to find love? I'm like, no, I have Bob. Bob was my example for a very long time. You're almost on every class that I do that's free. I use you as a beautiful example and your lovely testimonial to me, where you're encouraging people of all age, like, don't give up on love. You can have this. What was different from my coaching method that you might have tried in the past? Other counseling centers you might have tried? What was different between what you learned from me versus what you might have tried in the past?
I would say that the confidence that you gave me, the confidence, and you were such a wonderful, wonderful listener, and that nothing was out of bounds. Mm-hmm. You could say whatever you wanted to say. It just made me feel so comfortable. In fact, she's coming in now.
Oh,
just wonderful.
Do I get to meet her?
No, she's camera shy.
So we could give her 15 minutes if she decides to change. She doesn't have to do it this second.
I just became a grandpa. Things are just wonderful in my life. And the change in finding someone who would listen to me and not say, well, time's up and all that stuff, and just work with me and see my potential to move on, to be able to move on. It's not easy. It did not put a Band-Aid on it.
Right.
It did not put a Band-Aid on my relationship. You said what it's going to be. And Bob, I remember like it was yesterday.
I know we worked on some things around sarcasm, where you thought it was humor, but then I had to explain, no, sometimes those things are hurtful. And thinking before speaking, being more consciously aware. You have this gregarious, very outgoing personality, which I think is incredible. But for some reason, it bothered her. So we had to like fine tune that a little bit, keep that joy you have and zest for life, but also filter some of the things you were saying so that it came off maybe kinder or more empathetic. We had to change, definitely some of the patterns that you learned as a child when you were growing up so that you could soften some of those things.
Do you feel like you have tried everything? Self-help books, therapy, relationship summits, retreats, online courses, podcasts. But you still struggle with toxic love, attracting narcissistic partners, ongoing anxiety, depression, codependency, love addiction, stress, moodiness, lack of hope, feeling stuck in your career, and you just can't seem to get love right. It's time to heal your unconscious behavioral patterns caused by unhealed childhood trauma. I'm Riana Milne, the love trauma recovery expert and certified life and love coach who helps thousands around the world, and I can help you too. I specialize in helping adults heal from unconscious childhood and love relationship traumas, emotional triggers, and dysfunctional behavioral patterns, which have been impacting them negatively in life, love, or business, to transform and create the life they desire and to have the love they deserve. Talk to me today at rianamilne.com and get the free ebook below to learn more.
So tell us how your life has changed. You mentioned a few things since doing the coaching program with me.
How my life has changed. I'm with a wonderful person now. I've made amends with my mother, my children. I just became a grandpa at 79 years of age.
Yeah, it's beautiful. He's so adorable.
And how much I appreciate life now. I've gone through some medical issues. I had the widowmaker 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Me being Bob, I wasn't feeling right. I go see the doctor in the morning, primary doctor.
Right.
And she said, no, I am calling 911.
Wow.
And they came with the red truck. And my main artery was 99% blocked. And they said you would not have made it through the night.
Oh my
if you didn't go
gosh.
to hospital. So this woman not only saved my life as far as growing and being in a relationship and a wonderful relationship, she actually saved my life because I wouldn't be here. I would have been dead. It's just been wonderful. We live in a country club community. I'm adjusting to that.
Very nice.
I'm a young man from Brooklyn, now an old man from Brooklyn.
Did you use mindset to help you heal and know that you would be okay? You would be coming out of this? Did you go into spiritual faith and mindset? And it's like, I've got this. Because mindset is a big part of the course.
Day, I got this. My higher power, I always say, is with me. Someone is watching over me. I'm too good a person to just, fall into the norm. They call me Big Bob. My daughter was wonderful. When I do these meetings, she said, your name now is Tender Bob.
Oh, I love that.
To be tender.
Yes. I love that.
That shows the peace, the serenity that I have in my life now and the calmness. And I don't have to be that crazy person. I want to be a normal person. And that's what I am.
You're above normal. You're extraordinary. That's how I always thought of you. Tell us how you met your wonderful lady, Gay, and how long you've been together. We know it's about 7 years. And what skills did you use in the dating process this time that made you meet and attract and sustain this incredible relationship with Gay?
Okay, well, here goes. I joined one of those websites called Zoosk.
Okay.
And I get a response from her. And I put a nice picture up there. And Gay contacts me, and she's wearing a New Year's Eve outfit. She said that she's new to this. And I was seeing somebody else at the time. And I wrote back to her, being a nice person, just be careful out there. And that was it. And a month later, she's going through her people who responded, people who didn't respond. And she wrote to me, I'm more experienced now. She's laughing. It's funny. I'm more experienced now.
So what's out there? Yes.
Yeah.
The dating world is not easy.
So she said, if you'd like to talk, let me know. So sure enough, And I wrote back to her. I gave her my number and she called me and we spoke for 2 hours. We
Nice.
spoke to, and she never spoke to anyone for 2 hours.
Nice.
Had a great conversation. And I said, oh, I have a jukebox in my head. I know all these songs. And she said, I will go out with you if you can sing Earth Angel to me.
Oh, I like that.
And that's like asking me what date is July 4th celebrated. Okay. And I start singing, Earth Angel, will you be mine, my darling dear, love you all the time. And
Oh,
guess what? We met in a wonderful place in Boynton Beach in her friend's bagel store.
okay.
And I'm walking in, I just played tennis, and we sat for like an hour and we like cuddled
Oh,
in the bagel store because I'm an affectionate person.
yeah.
And I remember saying, and we sat opposite each other. I remember saying, could I sit next to you? Which is crazy. And she said, yes. And we were like, and it was
You
just,
felt it right away. You had all these
yeah.
good
And
dates, but you knew gay was different.
yeah, because it showed affection. I haven't had affection in a lot of years.
Yeah.
Real affection, almost immediate affection. She was attracted to me. I was attracted to her. And here we are living the life that I thought I would be living when I came down to Florida to retire.
Yes.
And
remember, we went into what is your dream for your future? What do you envision? What is it that you want? I remember you said, I want someone who loves me, who's affectionate, will travel with me. And I love when you go to the cruises, you send me your white night pictures. That's so fun with you two in your white outfits that I use on my podcast. I'm like, this is my oldest client, Bob, and he's still with his lady many years later. I kind of lose track of the years because time just flies. But I was just so proud of you two creating such this beautiful, loving relationship and staying affectionate and loving over all these years, sustaining it through time. And that takes really skilled communication. What was different before your coaching to how you were with Gay to sustain that relationship? What changed for you?
Well, I never had really any direction whatsoever on how to be the person, the partner that I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that was a big part of it. I had to learn, never let your voice be louder than your partner's. And all these tidbits, which tidbits became big bits.
Yes.
And it was a learning experience because I came from down below and just to day by day, every day, one day at a time, to be a better person than I was yesterday. And that's what I try. I like peace in my life. I don't want to argue. I don't want to fight.
Nobody emotionally healthy does.
Right. I've had enough of it. And whatever years I have left, why can't they be good years?
Yeah.
Okay. And with a new grandchild, he's like 24 days old today. Aww. It gives me a purpose to live and to do as much as I can for this little baby.
Yeah. Yeah. You're a great patriarch to the family.
I have two older brothers who are dead.
Sorry. Yeah.
They never took care of themselves and one killed himself. Okay. So there's a lot of trauma gone through. And you mentioned the childhood trauma. I just want to share one story.
Sure.
One time at 7, one time at 9 when I was misbehaving. My mother and father, my father died in my arms at 50. Died in my arms. I couldn't save him. And the punishment, forget the soap in the mouth. The soap in the mouth was okay if you say a word that's not in the Scrabble dictionary. Soap in the mouth doesn't work. I said that at her eulogy. Said, Mom, never worked. We lived in a second floor apartment house, and my mother took off all my clothes, started me walking me outside in the nude.
Wow.
And then when I was 9 years old, we lived in a house again. We had a little porch up the steps. She had a little cement porch, and she put me outside in the nude.
So she used humiliation as punishment.
This still sticks with me 70 years later.
Yeah, it's amazing.
The humiliation that I'm not worthy. And I even said to her, Mom, this is not the way you do that to a child. Her answer was, well, what did you do? Because she was not a mother who could talk to me and explain, well, what did you do? I said, Mom, I didn't kill anyone.
Yeah.
You don't do that to a child.
Yeah.
That type of trauma. So I recovered, doing fine.
I
became the loving person, the affectionate person, the caring person that I'm supposed to be.
Yes, you are.
I try to do for my kids. My daughter loves me.
You had a very traumatic childhood, I remember, and that was the part where you were almost begging your wife to come back, who was very emotionally abusive to you. And that was one of the patterns from childhood, trying to get love or breadcrumbs from a woman who was very cold and nasty, which was your mother. So when I described the childhood trauma pains that you had gone through and how they were showing up through your marital experiences, and even this one, when you were in your office working with me, you understood, wow, yes, I am begging someone to come back to me who was very, very abusive. And I said, let's change all that. That's the part we worked on for you. And it is true in 2021 that it was found through research 100% of us have experienced childhood trauma. But Bob, you had some traumas that were at the higher end of the scale, the 9s, the 10s, the very authoritative, nasty, emotionally cold. And that was one reason you were craving affection, but you needed to give that in a healthy way and then have boundaries if someone was not giving it to you, like the ex-wife. So I said, you don't really want this. She's done. Let's get you moving forward to find what you really do want, because it's not this, That's why, together with the coaching, you were such a great student. You said, Riana, I'll do whatever it takes because I want my life different what years I have left. And that was just incredible. So what advice can you share with our listeners for other seniors out there, those 50 plus that are afraid to get out and date, and can I still attract love? And there's so much still hookup culture in our world. Even with the seniors, they're just looking to have fast affection and not really build the foundation of a beautiful friendship first. Hi, singles. Are you really ready to have a love relationship? If you're not sure, it's time for you to take the love test. Couples, you're in an exclusive relationship. Do you or your partners have any of the red flags you should be concerned about? Do you think you or they have childhood trauma? Go to rianamilne.com and do the free love test. There are test there for both singles and couples. If you have any concerns after taking those tests and reviewing the answers, then sign up for a Life and Love Transformation Discovery Session and Assessment. This is a 1-hour private session with me where I go over your love test and get to the bottom of where you're stuck and what the next best move would be to get you on your way to having that life that you desire and the love that you deserve. It's time to learn how to move forward to reach all your goals and dreams. Go to rianamilne.com, my website, and sign up for the free love test, or simply just directly go to the Life and Love Transformation Discovery Session tab. And I look forward to meeting with you to see how I can help you best. What were some of the dating skills that you use that you learned from me that worked for you to attract gay?
Be open, be honest, be yourself. And it was explained to me a long time ago. I was at a meeting and the guy came around and he said, tell me what you're looking for in another person. And some people want honesty. Some people want affection. Some people want love. Some people want caring. And all these things, he wrote them down. And he said how great these things are. And then he said, develop these things within yourself. And if you do that, you want a loving person, be a loving person. You want an affectionate person, be an affectionate person. You want an honest, you want a caring, whatever you want, you develop that.
Yeah.
You develop that. And you will attract a like person. That's what happened. I remember that day when you straightened me out and said, it's not going to work. And, I walked outside the door. The sun was shining, which was a symbol.
Spiritual sign. Yeah.
The sun was shining. And guess what? 7 years later, I look outside here in Florida.
Yeah.
The sun is still shining on my life. I'm able to play my tennis. Just want to be a good person. I was at the kids yesterday and said, my vacuum cleaner broke. And I said, Sean or Chelsea, find a vacuum cleaner. I'll buy you one.
Oh, that's nice.
I waited all these years, a baby. I bought 3 cases of diapers ready.
Yeah.
I said, Sean, as long as I can, the diapers are on me.
Oh.
But don't call me when you only have 2 left. and I'm able to communicate. I'm able to just be me. I'm finally, after all these years, you gave me the confidence, just be yourself.
Yeah.
You are a good guy
Yeah.
who would do anything and everything for someone else.
You just had to know it. You had to believe in it. And we simply say, like in the Love Beyond Your Dreams book that I have, be what you want to attract. So you said it lovely. If you want this, be this. And yes, so that alone, that's what we worked on for you, getting rid of the messages from your past of I'm not worthy, I don't deserve love, to really feel that you did and be yourself, and yet still learn full conscious awareness skills. So it's like be yourself, but better, right? Just be that more in tune to your partner, having the communication skills, as you say, not to yell or scream, but to really communicate and discuss and share your feelings, but in a proactive, loving, and kind way. Oh, you did so good out there. Do you see some of your friends struggling in love? Can you picture some of the things that are wrong because they have not learned this system? I'm just curious.
For sure. But a lot of people have given up.
Yeah.
They have given up. And there are a lot of people who have lost their husbands here. And they have no interest. They think being alone, being lonely is the answer. And they're just not interested.
That's a shame.
And they're attractive people. They're smart people. And they have so much to offer.
Well, that's why I say to all my clients and my email family, like, now is the time to create the life you desire and have the love you deserve. Why are you waiting? But if you did wait and you're coming into me at 72, like Bob, it's okay. We can turn this all around. You just have to be willing to learn and practice the skills that you learn. Take it seriously. It's not hard, but it's intensive. And, when you're coming out of the pain like Bob did, he's there, I'll do anything. I need to learn a different way. I need to attract a more loving, kinder person, because the history of your patterns of wives were all pretty much the same, a little cold, demanding, critical, who was like your mother. So your subconscious was attracting what you knew from the past. And that is a pattern we had to break, and then come up with the requirements of what do I really want? And we were doing that on worksheets and learning the dating skills, learning to slow the process of dating down, not rush to intimacy, but really enjoying the process and the communication and getting to know each other. And I'm just so proud of you guys, like being together all these years and your loving relationship. I love all the pictures you send me. And I just got the picture, a week ago of the new baby. So I love hearing from my clients and all your progress. And if you have any final words of wisdoms that you would like to share with our guests to encourage them that they too can get out there and do this, what would you like to say?
I would love to say, be confident. You deserve better. And go slow, be self-assured, and don't be defined by somebody else. We all have good qualities. Show them. Don't be afraid. I'm living the life I should have been living a long time ago. My ex is in town, and we get along. They're the mother of the children. She saw the baby for the first time. At this advanced age, I'm having the time of my life and the best time of my life. The past is the past.
I love it.
I remember we had a group of people and they all separated, divorced, widowed, or whatever. And one person was bitching that my ex was this, my ex was this, and just spewing all these comments, all these negative things. And, we said to that person, if your ex was so bad, why bring him here?
Yeah.
No one ever said anything like that, but it registered. And every other person knew, why bring him here?
Don't bring in the negative energy. Yeah.
And that changed her too.
It's amazing how we see it.
How you say it.
That's
and
right.
Stuff like that. But don't give up. There are a lot of good people out there. There are a lot of good people who might be in the same boat that you're in.
A lot of people looking for love.
Yeah. Put yourself out there. Look as attractive as you can on the outside, but more important, be that attractive on the inside.
You got
that's where it comes out.
Yes, I love that. Thank you. Do you want to share your picture of your present and your future, your beautiful lady and the baby?
Okay, I could do that.
Good. Well, I appreciate you keeping in touch with me all these years, 7 years later. Like I said, I have these clients that stick out predominantly in my mind due to their journey of their past childhood pain and how they were when they walked in my door and how much you've changed your life using the skills that you learned. I just couldn't be more proud of you, Bob, and really happy for you, honestly. Yeah, there's beautiful Gay. She is gorgeous. And the little baby. Oh, I love it. Thank you.
And I love this. One of my groups, I help a lot of people, and they send me this T-shirt.
First, you don't succeed. Try doing what Bob told you to do the first time. I love it. Oh, wow. That's a great way to end the show. I love that.
Meetings and host my meetings, I wear that shirt. So I do what I told you the first, because
the truth is, Bob, when our people learn this method, they really do try to assist others to learn about conscious emotional awareness. And when you have it, it's called living in the light. People are attracted to that and they want to know you and they like talking to you because it's good energy. So you are putting that loving energy out into the world since you walked out my office, graduated, and continue to do so. I couldn't be more proud of you. And you are the type of client that gives my life purpose and passion. So with tears in my eyes, I'm saying thank you so much for being you.
My pleasure. You know, I was taught a long time ago, in order to keep what you have to give it away.
Yeah, I love that you shared your story today, and you're such an inspiration to everyone. I'm saying over 50, but to everyone that I work with of all ages. It's never too late to have emotionally healthy, evolved, and conscious love. And you are a beautiful example. You and Gay, keep up that loving, passionate, affectionate relationship. Keep dancing on those cruise ships.
Oh, yeah. We're going on a cruise ship on a cruise in November. You know,
there you go.
knocked it off for a couple of years. We go all the time, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
I love it. All right. With those beautiful words, I'm going to sign off the show. Here we go. All right, love angels and transformers. That's all we have time for today. I want to thank my incredible, loving, amazing client, Bob, who was with me 7 years ago and still a shining example of that you too can create the life you desire and have the love you deserve. I appreciate you sharing the love and the mission of helping me change the way the world loves by sending the show link to your friends who you love and care about. Please take a moment and give the show a 5-star rating and comment on what you like about the show and what you might want to learn in the upcoming podcast and Lessons in Life and Love website. You can easily share the show link from there. Remember, you can reach out for help at any time during the week at my website, rianamilne.com. And while you're there, enroll in a Life and Love Transformation Discovery session. That's how this magic starts. And then get all the free resources, the free downloads on Live and Love Beyond Your Dreams books. And podcast link is there, as well as the 4 free love tests. And on the homepage, the free ebook on how to have the love that you deserve. And as always, I am here to help you create the life you desire and have the love that you deserve. Bob and I are saying God bless and have a beautiful, incredible week. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Love you too. Hi, singles. Are you really ready to have a love relationship? If you're not sure, it's time for you to take the love test. Couples, you're in an exclusive relationship. Do you or your partners have any of the red flags you should be concerned about? Do you think you or they have childhood trauma? Go to rianamilne.com and do the free love test. There are tests there for both singles and couples. If you have any concerns after taking those tests and reviewing the answers, then sign up for a Life and Love Transformation Discovery Session and Assessment. This is a private session with me where I go over your love tests and get to the bottom of where you're stuck and what the next best move would be to get you on your way to having that life that you desire and the love that you deserve. It's time to learn how to move forward to reach all your goals and dreams. Go to rianamilne.com, my website, and sign up for the free love test, or simply just directly go to the Life and Love Transformation Discovery Session tab. And I look forward to meeting with you to see how I can help you best.
We want to thank you for joining us on this episode of Lessons in Life and Love with Coach Riana Milne. Go to rianamilne.com for more resources. And if you're really ready to take action to improve your life or love situation, apply now for a session with Riana. And remember, it's time to have the life you desire and the love you deserve.